Hello, my name is Savannah Santos, and I will be proposing a wedding toast to my very best friend in real life. My audience for today is Sailor Shaneborn.
Hello.
And speech. Dear Zachary, this is the moment that I honestly never thought would come. It's the most indecisive, neurotic man I know. Congratulations on your full life commitment. And to your lovely wife, text me if you left your purse in the limo. If you want to escape, I don't think anything is too official. We can go. It'll be no problem. For those of you that don't know, in 1999, Zach and I's mom, Elisa and Jenny, made a promise that their kids would grow up to be best friends like they had become over the past few years. Little did they know we would exceed their expectations and they would never be able to separate us. Since birth, we have been attached at the hip, and Nugget, you are my very best friend. I don't think that soulmates are people you fall in love with, but rather someone that is always meant to be in your life. I remember the sleepovers when we were itty bitties, hiding our DSs under our pillows when our moms would come to check on us at 3 a.m. to make sure we went to bed. However, we were never actually asleep. But we also forgot that we were faking being asleep and would always end up really being asleep. Or the time that you got me in trouble for the very first time at school when I slapped you in the back of the head after you called me a few names and Mrs. Russell gave me a minor incident report. And lunch attention for domestic abuse of all things. Or the countless birthdays where our moms would stress for 2 weeks before about how they would finally figure out a way to make Disney and Marvel come together into one cohesive alternate universe that we will both enjoy. My favorite, however, were those days we spent by the creek talking about how we wanted our lives to end up and where we wanted to be and all of our dreams, even if they only lasted for a week. And being scared out of our minds that none of those things that we talked about would pan out the way that we wanted. But at the end of the day, where we needed to be was together. And you are still my very, very best friend. The proof is in the pudding. I got to be the best man at your wedding and give a really horrible speech that made no real sense or had any fluidity, but it really embodied our friendship and the squirrel brains that we both have. But here's to me trying my best. Before you met the only other girl in the world that I didn't get jealous over, you were a hot mess, to say the least. Watching you grow throughout the time that you've been together is something that brings so much joy to my heart. Those memories that the three of us and y'all alone possess will soon become the when I was in college or back in my day stories that our parents always told us but we didn't really believe, but we also had no reason to not believe, will come sooner than we think. Or the stories that we'll tell our moms in a few days that will ruin the stories that we had that will ruin the half-truths that we perfectly devised. We were, such as studying when we were really planning a beach trip, or those days that I cherish the most. Especially seeing my favorite person in the world be so genuinely happy. It seems like yesterday you would shudder at the thought of marriage, like the hyenas would shudder at Mufasa. But when you met her, the idea of marriage didn't seem so crazy. It took you long enough, and me threatening, and I quote, to break your neck in 20 different flavors in order for you to finally work up the nerve to ask her on your first date. And here we are, a few years later, at nothing other than your wedding. You have been such a humongous part of my life, and you deserve nothing but happiness and love in this world. Through thick and thin, you have never left my side, and I am beyond honored to witness one of the happiest moments of your life. Enjoy the rest of your life being a married man, and please give her your mother the grandkids that we both know that Rylan and Jacob won't be doing anytime soon. Congrats to the happy couple, and thank you so much for allowing me to witness the love that you two share. Many search their entire lives for a love like yours, and some even die trying. In the words of Pop Pop, here's to being a happy couple, because it's the last time those two adjectives will be together. This, however, might be the first time I believe those words will stay connected when describing two people. No matter what storm blows your way, your bond is indestructible. Your ability to work and collaborate is admirable, and the friendship that y'all share on a deeper level keeps your relationship afloat. Here's to a good night, a good life, and a good wife. I love you both.